Last summer in Mexico City, we took a weekend trip to get away to the neighboring state of Morelos to see our friend Herman. We visited the city of Cuernavaca and did a photo walk with Herman, who is a notable photographer. For me, there's nothing more fun than going out with a camera with no agenda other than to return to base with an SD card full of pictures that capture a place and its people. And thus, Herman and I set out on a photo walk to see what we would capture. I shoot almost exclusively in black and white. Why? It's what I grew up with. Shooting black and white film and developing it myself, I spent my entire teen years in a darkroom. But what I learned then is that taking out the color reduces the photo to its root elements of light and composition. It also is more stark and moody and detaches the viewer from the reality a bit. It requires you as the viewer to use your imagination more to picture the scene as it was. And therefore, I think you get more out of the photo. In a way, I feel like color photography is kind of like an electric bicycle. It's cheating. The cities and markets of Mexico are bustling with activity. Herman and I went to a night market in Cuernavaca, the ideal place to slip around in the darkness and capture the glow of lights on people's faces. The people of Mexico are warm and playful. They don't seem to mind being photographed. Sometimes they're even flattered. They seem to enjoy being noticed, particularly by an obvious foreigner like me, in a place that usually doesn't get photographed. So for a moment, they get to be a star. The challenge photographing most people today is that people, when they're having idle time, are usually face down on their phone, which doesn't make for good photography. If they see you photographing them, they immediately perk up and do something with their hands, making a V sign for the camera, which I absolutely hate. It is the bane of street photography. Herman had to ask people to just ignore me and let me photograph them naturally. Some people like to collect butterflies or seashells or whatever trinkets they find while traveling. I collect imagery, the faces, the moments caught in time, those decisive moments as Henri Cartier-Bresson named them. One notable thing about photography in Mexico is that people are very publicly affectionate. Walking around town, you see people kissing and hugging or just staring into each other's eyes. No one ever yells at them, "Hey, get a room." But I also discovered on this photo walk that not everyone enjoyed being photographed.